My gut feeling is I always thought he was a Buckeye. I really did. You walk through the school, you see this big old Scarlet Gray hat on. You know, you meet his mom, you meet his grandpa, and they're talking nothing but, about the Buckeyes. But the paranoid side of us, we've been cut at this thing now. We're scarred up in this recruiting and signing deal. It's not it's not an exact science. So, we react off our paranoia, and we continue to recruit him to the very end. And happy he's a Buckeye. Happy he's a Buckeye. We need him.
Front row, Todd.
Stan, you guys have to replace Carlos, obviously.
Yeah.
Still early, still have to go through spring, and then obviously, what's sort of the pecking order right now as you guys get ready to go into spring?
Well, we got a group of guys that have played some ball last year. Rod Smith is a guy who's coming up in his 4th year. It's time for him to show and prove. Ezekiel Elliott really proved that he has the maturity. His body is definitely ready to play. We've got Warren Ball and Bronte Dunn. Again, what I say to them in the meeting room would not be brand new in regards to our scheme. So we've got 4 guys that are ready to compete for that starting job. They got big shoes to fill. And if it takes more than one of them to fill that type of to get that type of productivity that we got from Carlos, then we'll do it. I'm really excited about what we have coming back, and part of the reason why we didn't go out and get that pure back this year, we feel comfortable with what we have in our program right now, but they have to develop. They're not there yet, but hopefully by fall they will be.
Front row, Bill.
Todd just took my question, but that's okay. Curtis Samuel and Dontre Wilson, how similar and dissimilar are they?
They're similar in the fact that they can run from point A to point B really fast. Dontre's got some playing experience under his belt. They were used similarly coming out of high school. They were coming from, a spread offense where they were asked to do some of the same things. What we don't know about Curtis Samuel right now is how is he going to respond when he's in the shoe, with 108 people looking at him. I don't know that. The ball's in the air. Is he gonna muff that thing, or is he gonna, bow up and embrace the moment? We do know that Dontre Wilson, he doesn't flinch in that situation. So there's a lot of those intangible things that have an effect on the productivity of a young football player at this level. We do know that he definitely has a set of tools that's going to be a valuable asset to our offense, and how he can bring that to the table in his first year, we'll see.
Front row, left, Doug.
Probably a silly question, Stan, but can you put into words how different life will be for this offense that Braxton came back for his senior year as opposed to if he had chosen to go to the NFL?
Well, to replace a dynamic like a Braxton Miller, what he can do with the football, with his feet, extending the play, those are all things that are not coached. A lot of what he does is not coached. That would have been devastating. Not to say that we would not have survived the moment. We've got young men who are being trained on a daily basis, to prepare to take over that type of position. But what he brings to the table was something special, and it would have been dearly missed. Now, Braxton Miller also did those things behind, 4 veteran offensive linemen. To me, that's the issue that we think about in that war room. And there's how do we put 5 guys in front of him where he can feel comfortable. We know he's going to continue to develop and mature in his growth toward the game. However, we got to put some guys around him where he's feeling comfortable. You can grow and not feel comfortable around your surrounding cast and still stunt your growth. So we're real careful on how we go about developing our offensive linemen, our new running backs, this new set of wide receivers around him, so he feels comfortable enough to do what a guy has given him the ability to do.
And Stan, you've recruited off a national championship. You went out and recruited last year off an undefeated season. For a team like Michigan State that beat you guys in the Big Ten title game, won the Rose Bowl, for any team, you know, whether it's Jamarco or anybody else, did you see anything? Are they more of a factor on the recruiting trail? How does that success translate for them or for any team when you're coming off a good year?
Well, when you look at a team like Michigan State and the way they go about recruiting, you know, I know often a lot of times your class is evaluated with these stars, you know, or the opinion of some of the scouting services that are out there. But you don't see a whole lot of 5 stars that they're recruiting. You know, does not mean that we don't go face to face with them in the recruiting process, because we do. You know, but they do a phenomenal job of developing their athletes once they're there. They really do. You know, and you know, to sit there and say that we're going against them in the recruiting process, that player is going to turn out to be a great player because they won the Big Ten championship this year. That's not necessarily true. You know, there's so much more to that. As you know, the camaraderie within the program, you know, the cohesiveness of the boys and their brotherhood, and, you know, the understanding of the system, these kids being ready to play at a high level because they understand what and why they're doing what they're doing. That's what we have to go and focus in on. Yes, we're going to go out and try to recruit the best athletes in the country, you know, and if Michigan State just so happens to be doing that, then it's justified, no doubt, you know, but to sit there and say, you know, we can evaluate where we are right now in our program and the way we are, where we are in our recruiting right now, based upon what Michigan State is doing, we can't do that.
Last question, Lori.
Coach, Urban Meyer said that you, in the course of your meetings today, discussed what Wisconsin and what Penn State did in their recruiting and how it might be different than what Ohio State does. What did you take from that meeting?
Well, you know, what I took from that was basically, Coach Meyer does a phenomenal job of making sure that we stay on edge. Okay, no doubt about it. You know, if those particular teams are doing a great job of going out getting the top talent in the country, no matter how they went about doing it, okay, then he wants to know if it's a fit for us to continue to do what we're doing, or is it a fit for us to go out there and explore other ways to go about doing our business. If there's a way to go out there to do it better than what we're doing it right now, Urban Meyer is gonna see if it's a fit for us. At least evaluate it. You know, I guarantee you, real soon here, he's gonna be making a trip or trying to make a trip or trying to get Pete Carroll on the phone, you know, from the Seattle Seahawks, because he found a way to get that team, you know, who wasn't, you know, a bunch of first-round draft picks or anything like that, but they won the Super Bowl. They found a way to get that done. He's intrigued by that, you know, and he's got this competitive spirit that we all have under him. And if there's a guy, or there's a coach or a recruiter or a team that's out there doing something really well and having tremendous success from it, then we're going to find out what it is and try to better it or embrace it ourselves. No doubt about it.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.